For day 2, I wanted to make an Infinity Runner with a dungeon theme. I wanted to get a bit more graphics going on, and I went to Kenny and got some free dungeon tile assets. And I started blocking out the basics of the game, and then I'm just grabbing a font. I've got a free font as well. That's called Public Pixel. So here I'm just going through, ensure that the rat is moving correctly. AI really helped out a lot getting the sine wave movement correct, and also I wanted to move down the screen. Eventually I'll put a tiling background on and move that up so it looks like the character is walking upwards. I wanted to also have kind of bobbling, hopping animation so that when the tiles are scrolling downwards it looks like the character is walking. Now that looks decently good, it's just a matter of adding in that tile background at the back, and I've just got 2 of them, and then I'll scroll them downwards. When they get off the screen at the bottom, I'll teleport it back to the top, and then they'll just keep scrolling the 2 of them. So that will be a very simple solution. Now that's working, I thought that it would be good to connect the characters to the world a little bit, so I'm adding a shadow now. I'm just using a circle sprites, and then I put that underneath the character, made it semi-transparent. So now with the animations, I'll move it inversely. So I ended up changing it to a rectangle to make it look a bit pixely as well, because the circle was just too smooth. Then I have a death animation where the character would turn to the side and fall over when they get hit, and I had to coordinate the shadow and make sure that worked as well. So this was my first on-device test. I've already set up the splash image, so it's just a tile background with the rat as the logo, and here it is. This is the first test. You can hold down the button to stop, otherwise the character just keeps running. But the thing to remember is if you stop, rats will keep spawning. So if you kind of stop a lot, you'll get a lot of rats because the rats just spawn every 7 seconds or 10 seconds, something like that. I'm just going to let a rat hit me so that I can check and make sure dying worked correctly. But at this stage, since this is the first test, I don't have a lot of things, but it's looking a lot better than last time, which was just squares. sfxr.me and bfxr.net, and then for music I used beepbox.co. I'm not very good at music or sound effects, it's still very basic, so I just kind of did whatever and tried to get something that sounded kind of good. For the music I divided it into an intro, a looping part, and then an outro. I'll play the intro at the very start, then I'll just loop, and then when you die I'll play the outro. Here we are after 3 hours of work, 18 tabs in Chrome.